Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to create a new Omni script which will have the complex functionality. Like we have the account primary contact here, which is Leanne Tomlin for the Acme record. So using that Omni script we can edit the details of the primary contact, we can change the primary contact, and we can create a new primary contact, and then we will assign that primary contact to this Acme. So it will have the three functionality. So let's go to the OmniScript designer, and we have a sample OmniScript here, that is update the primary contact. So here you can see we have some update account primary contact. So I will use this sample Omni script and I will make the required changes. So we cannot edit this type and subtype for this because this was already activated. So instead of using the same, I will create a new version so that I can edit the type and subtype. So now we can see that edit option is enabled. So I will edit the subtype and I will remove this starter from here. Okay, and I will save this. So let's take a quick overview that what are the things it contains. So we have an integration procedure which will basically be used to get the primary contact details. So we have the primary contact here. The primary contact for the Acme is the Leanne Tomlin. So this integration procedure will be used so that we can get the details like the name and the contact and the phone number for that Acme primary contact, that is the Leanne Tomlin. Okay, and after getting the record we have a step. Inside the step basically there are three blocks which are already there. The first block, this we will use to update the details of the primary contact. So that you can see in the right hand side also that it is named as block update primary contact. That means it will be used to update the details of the primary contact. There is a second block which is a blank. We will use this for the type ahead. I will let you know what is type ahead in our future video. And the last one is block create primary contact. So this will be used to create a new primary contact, and then we will assign that contact as a primary contact to the account. But we can do only one functionality at a time. You can see that I can either edit the details, I can either take a type ahead, I can either create a new record. So I can do only one thing at a time, so we don't need all the things at the same time. So instead of showing all the things at the same time, I will use a radio button which will be used for the conditional rendering of these blocks. So let's drag a radio onto the console. So I will search for the radio, and here I have the radio and the radio group. So I will drag the radio onto the top, and you need to make sure that this radio is outside this block. So as you can see that this block is here and this radio is outside. So I will go to that radio and I will make this as radio only. Name will be radio and the label will be radio. So we have three blocks here, so I will add three options. So the first label will be update primary contact, and the value will be block update primary contact. Okay, and okay, I will save this. So you can see we have a radio button with the label as update primary contact. Let's add another label, another value here. So on the value I will use the block change primary contact, and on the label I will use change primary contact, and I will save this. So we have two options here. I will add another one so that we can create a new one. So this will be block create primary contact, and the label will be create primary contact, and I will save this. So all these like buttons are created. What I can do now is, instead of using these things, I will create a conditional value here, so that this will be rendered only if that value satisfied, that condition satisfy. I will click on this block and I will scroll down to the end, and here we have some conditional view. So I will expand this, and you can see there is a conditional type and the condition. So inside the type we have show element if true. That means if the condition will return true, it will be shown to the console. So I will click on this condition. So it is asking for the field and the operator and the value. So our field is basically the radio, so I will choose the radio, and the operator I will choose is equal to, and we are setting the condition for the update the details of the primary contact. So the value for that was block update primary contact. Okay, and I will save this condition. So you can see there is a I button here which will show the condition, that is the radio value should be block update the primary contact. On the second block I will again create a new conditional view, and I will use the same field here also, that is radio, and the operator will be equal to, and the value will be block change primary contact. Save this, and on the third block I will create another condition, and it will be the radio, it should be equal to block create primary contact, and I will save this. So to make this viewable, I will drag a component onto the change one so that we can see that. So I will drag a type ahead block onto this. So we have a type ahead block. We will configure this in our future video, but for now let's drag this so that we can see it on the console. So let's now preview this. So here you can see that nothing is displayed because the radio buttons are not selected. So once I will click on this update primary contact, it will show me the update primary contacts, and this is getting the details, but these are the placeholder because the integration procedure is already configured, because this was a sample one. So we will change that integration procedure later. And once I will click on this change primary contact, it will show the type ahead block, and if I will choose this create one, it will show to create a new one. So one more thing what we can do is, we can make this update primary contact as the default one. So how we can do that? Let's go to the design, and inside this one click on the radio button, and here if you will scroll down, so this is the one which is which I was talking, that update primary contact should be the default one, it should be selected. So I can check this so that it will be used as a default value. So I can check this, and if I will save this, and if I will preview it again, this update primary contact should be automatically checked by default, and that the field should be displayed. So you can see that it is already selected and the fields are displayed. So this was all about the conditional rendering inside the OmniScript, that how we can configure the radio buttons and how to make the conditional view for any block or any field. We can also set the same thing for a field, like the same way we have set the condition for the blocks, we can set the same thing for a field also. If you will go to any field and if you will scroll to the end, you have these conditional view for a field also. So you can set this one. if you want the visibility of the field to be conditional. In the next video, I will configure this type ahead block so that we can get the details of the contacts that are already inside the Salesforce org, and we can just select that and we can make that primary contact for any account. So if you find this video helpful, please like the video, and if you have any queries or any suggestions, you can comment out, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.